It is the big one today. I am bringing you my 22-23 Vanarama National League predictions, going from 24th to first place. If you do want to see me rank every National League home kit, go down there and drop a like. Let's go for 200 likes if you want to see that, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I was that close to 5,000 subscribers now. I think we're like 130 away, so get down there and get subscribed. 24th place, I've gone for Gateshead. Now, the losses of Scott and Langstaff was a big blow for the Heed Army. Aaron Martin has been brought in up top to replace them and to lead the front line. Whether he'll score as many goals as Langstaff did last season, I can't see it happening. They've also added Dan Jarvis and Allen to the squad. I think their squad's all right, but I just cannot see Gateshead surviving. 23rd place, I've gone for Aldershot Town. Now, I wouldn't say their signings have been immense, obviously, apart from Ini Effiong and Davis. Obviously, Effiong, he's proven that he can score goals in this level before. I don't think anything will change from how they ended last season, and I can see the shots going down this season. 22nd place, I've gone for Maidenhead United. Now, I said they'd struggle before they lost their key striker, Josh Kelly, and now they've lost him. I find it really hard to see how they will survive this season, if I'm being honest. The striker options they have are far from the greatest. Adrian Clifton and Sean McCulsey, I cannot see them scoring the goals which will keep them up, and like I said, I can't see them surviving. And in the last relegation spot, I've got Maidstone United. Now, my gut instinct is telling me they will go down this season. I don't think it'll be a terrible season for the Stones, but I think they're just going to go down by the skin of their teeth. Obviously, losing Johan Luque, I think that's how you say his name. He's out for a while, so that's not ideal. I can see Maidstone going down. 20th place, Dorking Wanderers. Now, I've been impressed with the signing of Ryan Seeger from Hungerford Town. Obviously, he was scoring goals for fun last season, but I just don't think the current squad has the ability to go far and finish in the top 15 spot. I just want to shout out Bunch of Amateurs as well. I'm sure they'll continue to push out good Dorking content this season, so I think Dorking will finish 20th. 19th place, Wealdstone. Now, losing Josh Umera, their striker, was obviously going to happen off the interest that he was getting this summer. Bringing in Max Kretschmar from Woking was a shock move, and I think that shocked a lot of people, but what a signing this has been. He was linked with a move to League 2, and now he's come to Wealdstone. I think the additions that they've made have been all right, apart from Kretschmar, which is a great addition. Obviously, they're relying on Ola Mola to be their goals outlet this season, which I cannot see him scoring many. So 19th, Wealdstone. 18th place, Scunthorpe United. Now, I've spoke to a few Scunny fans, and they don't seem confident for this season. Looking at Elliot Whitehouse signing, Ogle signing, they're two solid signings. They won't be fighting for survival. I think they're just going to cruise along this season and finish in 18th. 17th placed, Eastleigh. Now, personally, I believe there's a limit on how far manager Lee Bradbury can take the Spitfires. Brennan Camp joining is an incredible bit of business, and one that I rate. Obviously, him joining from AFC Bournemouth. I can't see them doing anything special this season, so Eastleigh 17th. 16th place, Altrincham. Now, they've only made two good signings, but those two signings they've made are incredible. James Jones, centre-half from Barrow, played over half the games that they played last year in League 2, and Josh Lundstrom from Crewe Alexandra, one of their key midfielders in League 1 last season for Crewe. So two good signings. They've recently gone full-time, so we might see an improvement because obviously they're going to be training more, but for me, I can't see much happening this season, so Altrincham 16th. 15th place, Barnet. Now, Dean Brennan's built a tidy squad for the upcoming season, and I think they can take relegation off their minds. Obviously, they've had a torrid last few seasons, but the additions of Ben Winter, Nicky Kabamba, Phillips, all three positive signings, and a couple on top of that as well. Dale Gorman, for example, they're building a tidy squad that has enough experience to survive, and who knows, they could go that step further. 14th place, I've gone for Yeovil Town. There's a new face at Huish Park in Chris Hargreaves, the manager. He steps back into management for the first time in a while, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does get dust off the cobwebs a bit. He's made a few decent signings, but I think it's a big ask for the Glovers to go on and push for top 10. I don't think they stand a chance of doing that. Alex Fisher, the signing that stands out for me, former Yeovil striker, who played in the EFL, last season, was on trial at League 1 side Cheltenham Town, so they've done well to get him in, and I think he'll be good up front, alongside Ollie Holbert. 13th place, I've gone for Torquay United. Now, they've lost a few vital players this summer window. McDonald, Lemonhay Evans, Lewis, just to name a few, Armani Little, which isn't ideal. The replacements they've brought in are okay. I don't think they matched the players that they lost. I think Kieran Evans could flourish this season in the National League. He's a name to look out for. So I've put the Gulls in 13th. 12th place, Halifax Town. Now this is a bit like Torquay. They've lost players that are going to seem irreplaceable for the fans. They've got a new manager, Chris Millington, steps in as the manager from assistant last year. It's a big ask for him to guide them back where they were last season, and I just cannot see it happening. I'm sorry, Shaman fans. This might be one I get wrong, but in my opinion, I'm going to have to put the Shaman 12th place. In 11th place, I've gone for Woking, the Cardinals. Now, Darren Sall is building a really tidy squad together, and I like the project that is going on at the Kingfield Stadium. Padre Gamond, Luke Wilkinson, Sid Nelson are all great signings that they've made, just to name a few. I think they'll be in for a positive and much improved season from last year. So like I said, Woking, I think they're going to have a massive upgrade on where they finished last season. 10th place, Boreham Wood. Now I think under Luke Garrard, they're always guaranteed a top half finish in the National League no matter what. I like Garrard, I've said it before, I like him as a manager. I think he could easily be managing in the EFL. Two signings that stand out for me for the Wood: Eric Souza from Grimsby Town. When he joined Grimsby in January, what a player he was. And Jack Payne, the midfielder, are two quality additions. I think they've got a really nice balanced squad. They've made obviously Leon Love up front as well as Danny Elliott, so they're sorted up front. And I think Boreham Wood, 10th place sounds about right. 9th place, I've gone for York City. Now, I've backed York ever since the day they went up. John Askey, that is the name that is going to play a vital role in their success that I think will happen this season. They built a really good squad together, and I think a top 10 finish will happen. They've added some EFL players into their squad, and I think, Minstermen fans, you could be in for a good season here. 8th place, I've gone for Bromley. Now, although they've only made a select few signings, I think I can see them pushing for that playoff spot. I don't think they'll get it, but I think they'll get that 8th place. The duo of Michael Cheek and Smith up front, I think is going to be deadly. You've got Michael Cheek, who's good in the air, and you've got Smith, who is a clinical poacher for Folkestone and Victor last year. He's been given that National League move, and it'll be interesting to see how he does do. I think they're going to be in for a good season under Andy Woodman, and he is directing them into the right place. This is where it gets interesting. 7th place, Oldham Athletic. Now, I wouldn't have said this a few weeks back, but since the signings of the likes of Ben Tollett, Nathan Sherrin, Louis Maydard, etc., I think the experience is what's going to help them pull through the season and get that last playoff spot. 6th place, Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, they missed out on playoffs agonisingly twice in the past 2 seasons, both gaining an 8th place finish, and I think this year is going to be their year. Like Bromley, if you haven't made all too many signings, they brought in Omar Musa from Weymouth, that's a good bit of business, and Nicola Tavares to replace Will Wright, who did go to Gillingham, so I think that's a good replacement in the centre-back role. And also with Paul McCallum up top, I think they're going to get that top 6. 5th place, Southend United. Now, a lot of people are tipping them to do well, and rightly so. I think they are going to do well. They've got a good manager in charge in Kevin Marr and a squad that is more than capable of getting playoffs. Dan Mooney is now going to lead the line for them with Harry Cardwell, after we know Sam Dolby is on his way to Wrexham. So Mooney from Multi is a great bit of business, and it's whether he can bring the goals from Altrincham to Southend, which I think he can do. 4th place, Notts County, the Magpies. Now, this might surprise you. I don't think personally they are going to win the league this year. Langstaff, on the other hand, though, will be up there in the top scoring charts for sure. I think he's going to do well. If they keep hold of Ruben Rodriguez, then I think they could challenge for the league, but personally for me, I'm not just going to say it for the sake of it. I don't think Notts are going to be in and around challenging for the league. They're looking good though under Luke Williams, and they might prove me wrong. 3rd place, Chesterfield, the Spy Rights. Now, Paul Cook has built a really good squad over this summer. Armando Dobra, Ollie Banks, Horton are all 3 great signings that stand out for me. Shamanga coming back from injury is going to feel like having a new signing for the Chesterfield fans. And I think they're going to be in for a really good season and get third place. Second place, I've gone for Solihull Moors. Now, this might be a bit controversial, but I've gone for the Moors. Now, they've done well to keep hold of most of their key players. Whether they be able to keep Andrew Dallas before the start of the season and the end of the transfer window, we don't know. And on top of keeping their players, they further added into the positions to give them that better squad depth, which they needed. I think Alex Reid on loan from Stockport, great signing. Joey Jones from Dagenham, great signing. And Josh Kelly from Maidenhead, a great signing. So they're not short for striker options. I think the Moors are going to go that one step further from last season and get that second place and could potentially go up via the playoffs. I feel like teams are really going to struggle against them this season. And in first place, I've gone for Wrexham FC. Call me biased all you want, but I think we're going to be in for a good season this year. We've got an incredible squad that just missed out last year, and we've only improved to that. We're going to be seeing Sam Dolby come into the club, possibly Jacob Mendy. We've brought in Elliot Lee, Tunnicliffe, Mark Howard, just to name a few. You know, we're in for a good season, I think. And, you know, you could call me biased and all, but I think we're definitely going to be the favourites to go up this year after missing out agonisingly last year. I think we'll have learned our lesson, and I think we're going to come out on top, league winners. That is the video. Let me know if you agree with my predictions. I don't think you will, but let me know in the comments who you think is going to win and finish bottom of the National League. And yeah, that's been me, Liam Roberts. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.